Alright, so this next one is about 5 minutes. It's called Etika. If you don't know about Etika, I suggest you educate yourself. I will not retell this story because I don't want to get anything wrong about it. It's not my place to talk about it. So I suggest educating yourself on the topic. It'll make more sense, but this song I imagine is going to be a lot pretty heavy. And we'll see what happens, you know. So we'll just go. I just want to put on. I also might not pause it that much. It's kind of hard with songs like this to pause it a bunch, because I really just want to let it go. Like I said, it's more of an emotional song. I don't want to interrupt. You don't want to interrupt someone when they're having a moment, and that's essentially what this is probably going to be in my best mind. You know. So.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's me. Yo.
And again, six last song. You know, the intro's a while. Six wasting almost no time getting into the song immediately. He's got a lot to say for 5 minutes.
I remember thinking Etika was right, all alone in my zone in the dead of night, pondering on the things he was thinking and why he ain't feel this life with a sharp pain in my chest like it's being pierced with a knife. Like, was he sick or did he understand? Did he break from keeping everything bottled up as a man? I know I did and I hated it, walking around as a pessimist, yet feeling like we closer cause I'm sharing in his sentiment, thinking I'ma see him and we'll get to have a talk, saying bye to my surroundings every time I took a walk cause I ain't wanna be here. I take a sec to be clear, I've been done. You can't look me in my eyes and see fear. There wasn't none to see here, not a reason to function. I said I want to die, that was end of discussion. Couldn't no one change my mind with a word from their mouth, bro. I was set, there wasn't shit clicking like the mouse broke. How'd I get to a sunken place for my life?
Couldn't say it with their, couldn't fix it with their mouth, bro. Wasn't shit clicking like a mouse, bro. Like, no, mouse, right? Click, right? Again, like I said, it's gonna be personal. Obviously, he's had a bunch of songs talking about this whole like depressed and like suicide topic and about how he's been around that before. And again, like I said, I don't really want to talk about it too much. I don't think it's really my place to talk about it, but that is what happened to that guy. He did commit suicide, and did, I don't know how people decide to look at it, but I look at it a lot of like, I don't even. It's not my place, right? It's something bad, but it's just not even worth talking about it from my perspective. I don't think it matters. My opinion in this topic, it does not matter, and I know this, so I'm not gonna even bother. But you know, it's just, this is gonna be a personal one because he's obviously dealt with a lot of the things that, you know, Etika went through before all that happened. So.
Laughter. Why do I feel slowed as the world is proceeding faster? Why is my heart shattered from happily ever after? Was constantly on the search, knowing that I won't get the answers. Waiting to be ash in the wind, hoping in another life that we'll be laughing again. Swearing that this isn't something I regret, man. Crazy when relating to your friend is relative to a dead man.
He said, crazy when relating to your friend is a relative to a dead man, because obviously, like, again, like I said, Six having gone through this stuff before, he knows exactly what place he was in. So he understands it, but he's like, I understand what he's thinking, but now he's, you know, we were thinking the same thing, and that led to him not being here now, unfortunately. And he's like, it is one of those crazy things to think about, like, understanding exactly what they were thinking, and then just, you know, yeah. It's hard to talk about.
With my emotions, gauging my self-love on irrelevant parties' notions. Thoughts of my first love and how I didn't feel important, and still seeing our faces in the baby she aborted. Dwelling on everything like a failure, the shit was new to me. Walking through it alone, even though I got people cool with me. Trying to kill the aches by murdering who I used to be. Band-aiding wounds by covering them in jewelry.
That was a lot of heavy stuff. That kind of happened quick, but covering up like the I don't know exactly what he said. Covering up the cuts or the scars or whatever, like covering up the problems with jewelry. Um, Still seeing my faces and the babies that were aborted is also a crazy one to think about. Again, like I said, it's gonna be a lot of deep stuff, and I don't want to cut it off too much, which I know I already have a couple times. But there's some things that I don't know. I having been not, I won't say as deep in like a depression type thing, but like having at least understanding it a little bit, having been floating around those parts, having been in those things for a little while, and not being so deep as to be like near like the edge of it, I'd say, but being a decent way in to understand at least the headspace and kind of get everything together, and thinking about how everything that I have that's happened to me has weighed on me in that situation and how it doesn't help. And knowing that someone who's been through more has also been in that situation, I can only imagine how much more it weighs on them in comparison to me, who I feel like in my, um, not that anyone's struggles are, you know, not that anyone should feel worse about their struggles because someone else has had worse ones. Everyone's struggles are obviously important, but knowing that my struggles aren't as bad as the ones he's been through, and knowing exactly where I was having my struggles, and knowing how much worse it must be because of his. So
The most not myself I felt ever yet. After killing who I was, I never felt better. And it makes me sit and ponder, what goal was he reaching for? I know he had his, cause I got scars that y'all ain't see before. I wish I could have a call with that nigga, so I can ask what death is like and learn it all from that nigga. See if he's happy or off since he's away from the noise. I broke down and built up, but I can't feel this void. I feel hollow, and I make sure the ammo matches the feeling in case I'm faced.
he said, I broke down and built up, but can't feel this void. I feel hollow, and the ammo's the same. That was heavy, and also that was pretty fire. But you know, it's like losing it all and then getting yourself back together. But obviously that piece that you lost it's still missing, and you might rebuild, but you can't replace, right? I get that feeling too from other, again, personal things I don't really want to get into. I'll cry. I'll literally cry if I get into it, probably, and I even like get a little like teary eyed thinking about it. But like just one of those things that you lose a piece of yourself, and it's hard to that piece doesn't you'll get over things, right? And it won't weigh on you as much, but there are certain things that you'll always remember, and things that will always weigh on you, and things that you can't replace. And it's a lot of the times it's the building up of stuff on top of that one thing that gets you to where you are. Whew, okay. But like I said, there's always like one thing. Like everyone's like, you gotta keep moving, you gotta get over it, and like that again, that's easy to say when you're not in that situation. I don't like saying that. I can get why people say it, but it's like kind of a weird thing. But like, there are just certain things that when you lose it, you know that that part of you is just gone, and there's nothing you can do to replace that. It will never be replaced, and that like it's just when you build up such an emotional attachment to something, or such a personal relationship to something, you know that no matter whatever happens for the rest of your life, even if it's that part might shrink, like it might be like 1% of what you think about, and it might shrink down to like maybe less than that, but it will always be there, and you don't forget it, and it'll always be a part of you. So you know dealing with everything, like having a breakdown over whatever happens, and then building yourself back up as best you can, but there's always that part missing. So I know exactly what he means.
With an op instead of hanging from the ceiling in case I get popped, cause I'm dropping something with me. I ain't going by my hands, then I got my something with me. Made enemies out of friends, shut myself out from fans, convinced that the ones that left us are the ones that understand. Side-eyeing the living, even those in my home, surrounded by so much love, yet still feeling alone. Crumbling, fighting with feelings on shit.
Yeah, that's another thing that a lot of people feel. And even again, I feel it, and I feel it now. Honestly, like it's not even something that it's like I felt in the past. I still feel it now, and I don't. I still can only say so much because I'm still like in and out, but surrounded by so many that people that love you, but still feel alone. And it's just like I don't know. It's that whole like I can think about everyone I know, but then you also think to yourself like, do they really though? Like, is it real? And then like you start to think about all these problems, and you build them in your side of yourself, and you keep them in because you don't it's like that you don't want to project the problem because you don't want people to worry about you. You want everyone to think you're all right, even if you're not all right. Just like you know what it does to you, and you don't want people to worry about that, and then you keep it in. and then it's like everyone knows me, but they don't really know what's going on, and it's not really too much of a fault of their own as it is to like the person doing it. As again, I'm not sure you don't want to blame anyone, but as the person who's done it, I understand that exact feeling. It's like damn, I know this person and I talk to this person like every day, and I still just like I don't know. It feels like they don't understand what's going on or like anyway, and it's just like it's having people around you and not I don't want to say understanding, but like it doesn't feel right to talk to them. Then you feel like you have no one to talk to, and then again they don't know it, and then you know you're going through it, and it's like they know me but they don't know me. And now I feel alone because I can't really project how I'm feeling to them.
Surrounded by so much love, yet still feeling alone. Crumbling, fighting with feelings on shit that don't matter. Struggling to focus because shit just don't add up.
Um, Focusing on stuff that doesn't matter, struggling to move forward is that again, same thing. I think about constant things that don't fucking matter, and then again, we waste a lot of time crying over wasted time. That whole like we waste time and then we waste more time thinking about how we wasted all that time that we wasted, and now you're just adding up to wasting a bunch, and then it all builds up again. And what do we say?
Fighting with feelings on shit that don't matter. Struggling to focus because shit just don't add up.
Struggling to focus because shit doesn't add up. Again, there are just things that you think about and you're like, you can't understand it from someone else's like perspective on like certain things, and it just doesn't make any sense, and you just think about it and you feel like you're different when everyone else feels that, and it's just like I get it.
Agony come and go, I create the thoughts that I'm facing, so why the fuck can I take it? Why the fuck am I shaking? This is life, ain't it? Physical and mental strain, we all want a better high, we just gotta find our strain.
So what did he say? I think because he said mental and physical strength, we just want a better high, we just gotta find our strain. I forgot. I ended up thinking about
create the thoughts that I'm facing, so
I create the thoughts that I'm faced with, so why am I like
why the fuck can I take it?
Why can't I take it?
Shaking?
Why the fuck am I shaking again? This is another thing that people do. A lot of the times it's getting in your own head and thinking about your own thoughts, and just like you create these situations that aren't real, but you just beat yourself down over it. You just like destroy the way you fucking feel over it. And again, I know exactly what it means. You'll be having a good fucking day, and then you just think to yourself, and you're like, man, I hate myself, or like everything sucks. And it's like literally everything can be fine, and then you can just destroy yourself with like one thought and just keep thinking about it.
This is life, ain't it? Physical and mental strain. We all want a better high. We just gotta find our strain. Pain is on the menu, huh? We don't get much Novocaine. Sometimes trying to hold shit up, leave you with them shoulder pains. Sometimes we can't show our pains. Sometimes we don't know we got them. Sometimes we just think we normal. Some just switched and then forgot them. Tightrope trying to find my balance. Trying not to fall and perish. Wishing I could text the afterlife and see you read the message. Maybe he ain't have it right. Or maybe I just ain't been through it enough. I should take my leave, or I ain't brave enough to do it. I know that I ain't.
Don't know if I should take my leave, or I just ain't brave enough to do it. Again, that's a deep one. That one's like, I don't even feel comfortable talking about it. I've never been in that. Like, I've known people who have been around that, but I've never been in that. So I feel iffy talking about it. But hey, man, all I know is I hope that never fucking happens. I'll be fucking destroyed if that ever fucking happens, right? So, hey, we pray for that not to happen. I love it. Again, we can have differing opinions on whatever we want. And like I said with the last song I reacted to, this one might go up first just because I feel like out of any reaction I record, this is probably going to be the most real one. I can understand. Like, it's not so much about the lyrics as much as it is about the message on this one. And like having like enjoyed Etika's content and all that stuff. Like I said, again, it's not my like thing to talk about, and I didn't know him. I don't claim to have ever known him. I just enjoyed watching his content, and I saw that whole thing like play out. And that was a worrying time. But like I said, just having like known this, it's just I don't know. All I'll say is, if you watch this, don't, please, for the love of God, don't. Like, I don't think you will, but at the same time, please don't. That's gonna upset me. I'll cry. I don't want to cry again. I'm already getting the teary eye right now. I don't want to cry.
Ain't alone in this feeling, but I still feel it. Time don't show us any mercy, we still need it for the healing. Maybe I should take the time, maybe I should let it go. Just because I'm breaking now, doesn't mean it's set in stone. Wish that I could bring them back, wish that I could let them know. Once you really hit the bottom, only thing that's left is growth.
Wish that I could bring him back. Wish that I could let him know. Once you really hit the bottom, all you're left with is growth, or something to that extent. But that, fuck, man. Oh, it's so sad. That is another thing too. It's like you can do everything you want until that happens, and then once it happens, I feel like it becomes so fucking clear after someone does take their own life. It becomes like you're just like, fuck, if I could go back and I knew this, I would just say this and this and this, and it would all work out. And it's just like, at the time, you either like don't say anything or you say something. Everyone wants to do their best to do what they can, but it just feels like you're like, fuck, if I had done this, then things might have changed. And it's just, I get that, and we all understand that, and I feel the same way about certain things. It's just like, fuck, if I could go back and I could do this, and unfortunately we can't. But just like, don't beat yourself up. It's not. I still feel iffy talking about it, but like, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to talk about it and not, you know. I don't want to overstep boundaries. I don't want to say anything that I feel like is gonna be mean. I don't think anything I say would be mean. It's not gonna be mean, but like, it's not your fault. That's basically what it comes down to. It's unfortunate, but yeah. I also don't want to say too much. I will totally fucking cry. I will totally cry. I don't want to cry. Crying is good clickbait, but I don't want to clickbait. This is a real song. It's just an actual emotional one, having dealt with, having seen the situation, and then understanding it, and then seeing everything that happened like during and after and before and all that, and having known it and having been through some of that stuff myself. It's a lot to think about and a lot to like put through and a lot to speak about, because I want to give my opinion on certain things, but obviously on something so personal, I don't want to say too much. I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't want it to make it seem like this is my topic to talk about. And again, I'll reiterate, what I say is basically my personal experience of something similar, but nothing to this level, and just try to do like as best I can to respect it while also being, hopefully in whatever way I can, insightful or helpful.
The internal war really isn't bloody as you think. What you feel's your breaking point is the furthest thing from your brink. Loneliness from your dismay, how to showing you love. Give it a chance and life will show you tough. I had to go through the switch, lose my mind and lose my heart to a bitch. Lose every fuck I had to give and stop harboring shit. And I was off of the shit. Boy, I was seeking a grave, but I know I got time left, so I'm seeking my pay. I just wish you were here, but I thank you for the lesson. I used to call your phone to hear your voice up in that message. Don't know if I got it or if this is the right direction, but someday you gonna answer my questions, nigga.
That's another thing I can even like think about. Like, I used to call your phone just so you hear your voice in that message, and it's just like, when someone's gone, the first thing you do is like just want anything to do with them. You're like, I just need to say one last thing or talk one last time or say one last thing. And you just reach and you grab and you do whatever you fucking can to fuck, to get one last piece, and you're like, I just, maybe like me. Oh, like maybe like I'll get something or anything back, and it's just, oh god, it doesn't work like that. Oh, fuck. Oh, like I said, I'll fucking cry because I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, yo, ooh, I oh fuck, oh, oh god. Like I said, I told you if I kept going, I would fucking cry, like 1,000 fucking percent. Ooh, I didn't want to, but I don't know. Listen, crying's a necessary thing. Humans do it for a reason. It's just to relieve that the emotion and stress. All right, you're not weak for crying, and I'm not saying that because I just cried. That's different. But you're not weak for crying. It's literally a way for the body to get out stress and emotion and all this pent up shit. It's a way to help. It's there for a reason. God damn it, use it. It helps a lot. I promise. I actually think it does. Sometimes you just need to cry. Sometimes you do. Okay, let me try one more time to go back and think about it. Like I said, I think back to my past and I think back to the people I knew that died, and the first thing you do is you're like, fuck, I wish one more thing. I just want to talk to them, and you just do anything. You're like, oh, I can hear that. I can see their posts here. I can hear that, and you can think about it, and it's like I can hear about, I can know about what they were thinking, and I can hear what they wanted to say, and you try anything you can to get like a response or to make it feel the same, and it never does, and that's the worst part. It's like I just know exactly what he means. I just remember thinking back like, oh, this person passed away, or this person passed away, or this person passed away. And you just think, and you're like, even if you talk to them every day, all the time, and you knew everything that was going on, you're always there with them. You'll never, once they're gone, you'll never feel like you either got enough of them, or you did enough, or you talked to them enough. You always feel like you missed some opportunity at some point to do anything. And that's like the one thing that I understand. He's like he said, I would just listen, just call the voicemail, listen, and like, sometimes I just go back and I look and I'm like, fuck, man. You think about how like how everything was different at that time, and like everything, and I don't want to cry again, but I liked that song. Clearly, it was emotional for for me to listen to. Like I said, I understand it all. I get it. I've been through, I'd say, more toned down versions of what he's been. But I think for the most part, everyone has like that one thing or person they can think about that they lost at some point and feel that same connection. So I understand it. That was good. I enjoyed the song, and then it actually, like I said, clearly I cried. So it was an emotional one to think about. But yeah, fuck, man. I will probably upload this one and then record maybe the rest. I don't know. That one took a lot out. That was a lot of emotional shit. So, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to what do I say now, right? What do I say now? Hey man, if you ever watch this, you are one of my favorite rappers, just like period. Not YouTube, just like all time. I just enjoy your music a lot, and it's one of those things. If I could do it in a better way, I would. But giving people their roses while you get the chance. You are one of my favorites. I don't know how much that means, right? From me, what does my opinion matter? But if you ever see it, you are one of my favorites, and I love all your music, man. And I appreciate everything you do, and you're awesome and all that shit. So get that out there while you can. So, and I'm glad to see that for you. Or at least from what I can see, it seems like you're doing a lot better, and that's obviously good. So, but I think that is as good as place as any to end this. All right, okay, I think we're good.